From LaGrange, Kentucky, standing 6'3", 220. I'll bring up the aforementioned Fred Buxton. Cone ball, career ERA of 2.00. Had a 9.8 K per 7 rate. 2024 All-Kentucky second team. Was also well accomplished at the dish as a hitter. Batting .364 with 5 home runs and 47 ribbies. 4-time All-State academic, 2-time All-District, and 2-time All-Region. We mentioned Coach Richter wanted to bring in winners, players that he knew were going to contribute right away, and that's exactly what he's counting on Mr. Ball to do. Down and away there. Obviously, we saw Kip Famularo in Game 1, and I had a chance to talk to him. He actually pulled his hammy a little bit in Game 1 today. But one thing he wanted to make sure he noted to me was that, in his words, he heals like Wolverine, so he'll be good to go for the next series.
Perfect.
So, we have a lot of capable players, but it's a similar situation last year where we have good bats who are not necessarily as good defensively, and then we have a lot of good defenders who, kind of struggle a little bit at times at the plate. And so you're just hoping to get a cohesive lineup they can put all together. But they've changed things up once again. They're going to put Madole in left field for this one and have Abe Hernandez serve as the designated hitter.
Okay.
Madole,
who's catcher?
Catcher is going to be Angel Perez, the walk-off hero from Game 1 for the second time in his career.
He's our secret weapon.
Well, I don't think he's a secret anymore. All the Pac West teams are going to be well aware that they need to watch out for Perez's heroics. And because of the fact that he's unwilling to lift his bat early in these ABs, they might be looking to attack the zone as early as possible and maybe steal an easy out. Eye discipline has been incredible. And somebody whose eye discipline has not been the best today is Madole. He's 0 for 5 in Game 1, and this ball's drifting foul, and it's a good catch there. Tagging up is Mazzaferro, who has good speed, putting runners on the corners. And Madole continues to be held without a hit today. He gets past the senior man, Caden Shook. Let's go and meet the rest of this Cedarville Yellow Jacket defense while we have an opportunity. Mention that it is Shook who's catching this one, the senior from Holland, Michigan. Holland Christian High School product. At first is going to be McKinnon once more. Second is going to be Wild. We talked about that, how he was catching the first 2 games. Another pitch in the dirt. Martin is going to be at third. The shortstop once more is Henderson. He was an everyday guy last year. Nothing changing there. And in right field is George. Hernandez over the glove of McKinnon. Slycart rounding third. RBI single for Abe Hernandez.
They're starting strong.
2-0 ball game. You're exactly right, Sydney. Now the question may start to arise. Maybe you have Angel Perez in your lineup more consistently, and then Abe Hernandez is the DH a little bit more consistently, considering what Angel Perez has done for you so far. Do you think that they should go to that, or maybe they should keep Perez, as a late game substitution because that's where he's been thriving? Ball's rifled, gets past Mazzaferro. Good response there from Cooper Martin, the redshirt freshman from Plainfield, Indiana. 2-2. Swing and a miss. CP goes a little Trevor Bauer there for himself, slashing the sword and putting that one away. Count is full. And Perez, once again, draws a walk. I was asking them, who's going to catch it besides Abe Hernandez? Is it going to be Kip? Is it going to be Joey? They said, we really like this Angel guy. And I'm like, well, who is he? Well, he just came in, and, this guy's good. Speaking of good, Evan Avizio laces that one into the left center gap and will hold Perez, as it was a good job by Finkelstein ranging over and cutting it off. But, yeah, just to put a bow on Angel Perez, that everyone was excited about him, and now seeing him in these first 4 games that he has played in, I am very confident in his future with this program. It's now me getting involved in these scoreboard saving efforts. As I look up, there was a loud hit. Maz, Buxton. Oh, what a grab by Fred Buxton. Leaving his feet and landing on his left cheek. He was hot, and so we had to use the nickname, but right now we're going to keep it cool.
Okay.
Speaking of keeping it cool, you got Cohen Ball, who has cooled off this Vanguard offense considerably since that bottom of the first. 2-0 ball game going to the 4th. Weichel hits the bag, and so Gallegos is going to run over and make the soft toss to Parolesky for the first out. Tough play there. Really good reaction time there by Gallegos to get a read off the bag. Usually that ball can ricochet any which way. Fortunately, had a good hop That allowed him to corral and race over, and good reaction there by Parleski to not get a case of the Garrett Cole syndrome where he didn't cover the bag so far this season. Chopper there. Buxton will be the one to make the grab and rifles to Gallegos for the first out against La Sierra on April 19th. 7 2/3 there. Henderson, that ball is hit well to left center, and Madole will yield to Shiggy, who lays out on the stomach to make the grab. Tyler Shiganaka showing off the defensive prowess for your Vanguard Lions in place of Jackson Davis out in center field, and he will. Pat on the rear end for a job well done for Cohen Balt, recovering very well, 4+ innings, and he's on the hook for the man who's on first base. Pitching change, we'll let you know who it is. Buxton laces that one fair down the left field line. It's buried deep at 320. Avitius coming home, and Fred Buxton's got himself a nice little RBI double. Vanguard's first semblance of offense in quite some time. After just 6 non-conference games, it's going to be 44 conference games.
Wow.
Wild is 1 for 2 on the day, looking to make it 2 for 3, but cannot. Second career K for Dylan Scott. You're exactly right. 2 young talents that should be staples for Vanguard in the future, especially because Peg loves his lefty arms. That ball's going to flare. Buxton's going back. Easter Hairston will say, I got this one, and it's the second out of this inning. And boy, D. Scott has to feel delighted right now. You know, D. Scott, very quiet guy, but he has this personality to him where he flips a switch, and I don't want to give him the American Psycho moniker just yet that we gave to Jay Schuler last year, but he's got, you know, he can be fired up at times. Beautiful pitch there, working against Weichel. 2 o'clock and 5:30 under the lights over in Irvine. Swing and a miss. D. Scott, career K number 3, and there's that fire that we were just talking about a moment ago.
It's fired up.
D. Scott goes 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th here on the Vanguard Sports Network. For Vanguard only with 3 hits so far today, all of them coming once runners got on, courtesy of the 3 walks. In place of Gallegos, it is going to be Levi Hall, who we saw wear a ball while he was in the dugout during the bottom of the 10th of Game 1 today. Like we mentioned at the top, he said he was good to go, and that he rolled with that ball like Floyd Mayweather, in his words.
Whoa.
He rolled with that one, though, and it will go off the base of the wall. Levi Hall, get on your horse, young man. And he slides in awkwardly at that for a nice double from Levi Hall. Position for your Lions. On the ground, Henderson, backhanded grab, rifles across the diamond, and it's away. Levi Hall will come on home to score. Perez holds up at first, 4-0 after the infield error. Once more, it doesn't matter who's up here, whether it's Xander Zubiotti or Sidney Sanderson. Alliteration is everywhere here. Just got to say, housekeeping on my end. My apologies. Stats said a ribby was assigned for Perez. That has been removed, so he's still at 2 career ribbies, but he does have his 2nd career hit because they are going to keep it as a single and not a reached on air. So my apologies for giving you the wrong information there. New pitcher on the mound for your Lions is going to be rocking number 22, the junior out of Modesto, California, Modesto Junior College transfer, Jacob Suselich. Standing 6'5", 220. Looking every bit of it. Facing off against Micah George, making his 2nd appearance this season. Pitched against Cal State LA last Saturday and was a very good 3 innings of work there, only gave up the 1 hit. Micah George skies this one in the air, touching heaven and ranging over. On the line there is Slycart for the first out here on the top of the 7th. Very efficient work for him there, and he's looking to do it here before the rain comes back. And speaking of rain, we were looking at the schedule, talking about next week, the Concordia series that will start over in Irvine for a doubleheader on Thursday. Rain is in the forecast down here in Costa Mesa for the later this coming week, whether that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So please pay attention to the Vanguard website as Martin comes up empty there. Pay attention to the Vanguard website and also social media to see whether or not, you know, any postponements may come about. Obviously, we're going to do our best to tarp the field when possible. Martin pops this one out of play, 0-2 now. So just make sure to be mindful of a possible schedule change for your Lions. And then the big dogs are going to be coming to town right away. This is going to be a fun series. February 21st starts a 4-game set as fouled back once more. 4-game set with the number 5 team in the country in Point Loma. They may slide in the rankings just because they dropped their 2 of their first 4 games. But as it stands right now, the 5th best team in the nation is going to be coming to town on Friday, February 21st at 11 a.m. and 2:30. Those are going to be the doubleheaders. And then because of the proximity of these 2 schools, it's going to be the 2 games down in San Diego at Carol B. Land Stadium on Point Loma's campus on the 22nd. So 2 here, 2 there. That's usually how it's going to work for these local games. 1-2. Breaking ball, misses 2-2. And I know what all the players are wondering, as well as some of the family members at home. Yes, the Hawaii trip will be April 11th for the Lions. Good check there by McKinnon, and Perez will throw and airmail it. Oh, freshman error there. And that'll allow the runner to get all the way over to third. And Martin, Perez probably should have just ate that one, to be honest. Sydney, you're not in agreement. They've already improved on that number so far. They are now 3-0 after game 1 today. 3-0 in one-run games, matching their win total from a season ago in such matters. 0-1. Perez blocks well. Count is even. Strong, though. 3-2 for Susilic. Ooh, man, Finkelstein got enough of that to distract the glove of Perez from closing on time.